Welcome in, Queen. How you doing? Oh, what's the plan for today? Well, look at us. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy today, anyway. Maybe more crazy plans tomorrow, or potentially later, but at the moment, nothing super crazy for today. We'll see, though, because I'm not honestly sure, like, how long I'm going to be live today in total honesty, just because of leaving at midnight, then coming back in at 8. So, I'm not, like, 100% sure. I don't know. Simply put, I don't know. I have no fucking idea. Like, let me just... Because it's like... Well, listen, I'm only running on, like, I don't know, maybe like 4 hours sleep because I worked till midnight last night, and then I had to go to work at 8 a.m. in the morning, so I had to get up early. And I was like, I still want to do this, so yeah, we're doing this shit. And that's probably gonna some ramblings from me being a lack of sleep, probably. Is it going to stop me? No. Hey Ruby, welcome on in. I think it's I mean, yeah, it sucks, but then you get to deal with my extra rambling with the lack of filter sometimes. It's great. GTFO someday. I have not played GTFO in so long. Holy shit. GTFO does sound fun though, but that is a not today thing. It may be fun though. But how are all you wonderful lads doing? Do you have a good weekend? Do you have a good Monday? How are all you guys doing? I don't want to think about my Saturday was. I don't want to think about that. Did y'all have a good 4th of July? I hope no one lost any fingers to some pyrotechnics, I hope. I'll be very disappointed in you if you did. Hey, welcome in, Braden. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, because if I hear that someone lost some fingers because they were setting off fireworks and they weren't careful, I'm going to be very, very disappointed in you. There are better stories to tell for losing a finger than, oh, I was launching fireworks. Please. My weekend wasn't too terrible. Work was a pain in the ass, as always, but beggars can't be choosers. Had our lovely refrigeration alarm go off. I think it was a grand total of 6 times I think it went off on Saturday total. Before maintenance showed up to deal with it. Because apparently the system has been running 7 days a week. It's not designed to run 7 days a week. It is designed to run 6 days a week because we don't usually run production on Saturday. But they've been running 7 days, so the system has been running more effort, running more shit, to eventually it's like, hey, my tank's almost empty. I'm like 10% full. I need more. And of course the system alerts, it goes off because it's not supposed to be that low. And then it beeps for like 5, 10, 15 minutes. Turns off, runs fine for another 15, 20, 25 minutes. Cue the siren going off again, and it's just like fucking clockwork until they came in to go deal with it. So that was pretty much most of my weekend. Was alarm babysitting until they could flip the system back over to what it needed to be for 6 days. Outside that, got some leftover barbecue from the family. Then I think that covers it, I'm pretty sure. Outside that, I haven't really done the administering of the freedom. The spreading of democracy is for tomorrow. Sag. But yeah, today it's nothing crazy. It's just some reacts. I don't think today is gonna be a long stream. At least I'm not planning on it being a long one. Because again, 4 hours of sleep, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Could go longer. I might get a second win midstream. I don't know. All I do know is I have a coffee, another coffee, a red, white, and blue Raz Monster, and half a water bottle of water. So, yeah, we're going chaos. We're just going chaos today. It's just chaos. Hey man, welcome on in. Yes, I am a nerd. I am a wonderful nerd though, and you guys put up with me, so it's fine. How you doing today? Fucking hell. I am happy to be free from my corporate overlord for the next 2 days. It'll be the best thing ever. Cause so help me, they try and call me to tell me to come in. I will fight them. I will riot. Got a quiet few days ahead of you. I mean, quiet's not bad. Usually. I swear, I'm gonna ignore the notification. My days should be pretty quiet, mostly just, editing, meal prep, maybe the gym, at least a long hike, somewhere in there. Oh yeah, I was doing an interview with somebody on Wednesday too, right? So my days aren't gonna be too crazy. Ideally. Although granted, anything I plan is just gonna like spontaneously combust. So we're just, I don't know. Fuck it, we ball. Okay, so what do I got for today? I got some, let's see, I got some Fat Electrician, some Kentucky Ballistics, Diesel Black Rifle Coffee Company. And then I also decided to, we're gonna check out another channel today, which I know more of you are probably more familiar with than I am, but I'm gonna do a video from, fuck, what was it called? Shit. Demolition Ranch. So, yeah! So get a little bit usual, a little something new, and then from there, I'm not sure what we're doing. Let's see, where do we want to start with today? Try to miss anything. Everything looks fine. Nothing looks broken. I will say I was very tempted to just not stream today, and just do some shit in Discord, but I missed everybody too much, so y'all are stuck with me. So let us start with... No, that's not the video we're starting with today. We're gonna start with this one, god damn it. I saw it the other day, I wanted to watch it, but I wanted to wait. Hey, welcome in Syndicate Void. Hope you are doing well today. Hope it's not too hot over there. Alright, let's see. Which, by the way, how is it for y'all? Because I know, like, last week was pretty scorching. Are most of y'all still stuck with the, like a large fucking heat wave, or has it kind of, like, started to taper off for y'all? I know it's been, because I know it's been more tolerable over here. Oh, thank you for the follow, Bird. Hope you're doing well today. So, hey Phoenix, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well today. Because I know, like, over here it's been, like, hold on. I have a watch for this. But I don't have to look at my phone. Stay cool. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. It's like it's like 85 degrees, which isn't great, but it's better than it was last week around this time. So I'm not gonna complain. Quite chilly up there in the north. You want to send some of that cold air down here? Just cool us off like maybe 7 degrees. I'll even take 5 degrees at this point. Just anything's better at that. 69 degrees in NYC. God, that sounds amazing. I would kill from 69 degree weather right now. Too much rain. Well, just give me the rain then. If you don't want the rain, give it to me. I'll take it. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. Glad to hear. Glad to hear. You finally hit 200k channel points? Oh my god. What are you gonna do with all those? Oh, I don't think I have anything that can put that's really expensive. What the hell? What do you do with all those channel points? The power you hold scares me. Ain't nobody need 200k channel points. And the fact you had them and it scares me. Yes, use your little skull emote skill, which is great. I love that. I love the little emo. I love that. It's adorable. Oddly cute and terrifying. It's great. Alright. Okay. Let us start off today, shall we? Spend the channel points on the one thing that matters, hydration or the One Piece. I'm pretty sure if he was to use all those hydrations, I'm pretty sure I'd drown. If they were all hydrations. And I don't think I have an equivalent of the One Piece. I don't think I have one. I don't even know what the equivalent of the One Piece would be. No. 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 Just one day you'll put up a thing that calls for a ton of points as a community, and they'll just complete it day one. I mean, there usually is. I don't think I'd be that nice. Let's just be able to just instantly complete it, because I'm pretty sure there is like limitations that you can of how many you can use at a time for that. Pretty sure, because I know I've tried to do that for some channels, and it's like about that. No, you can only contribute X this amount. I'm like, what? But then again, I really shouldn't be giving you shit though for having 200k channel points, because I know there's back when I used to play a lot of marbles on stream, there was a streamer I used to watch and play in their channel, and I'm pretty sure I have close to like 700k channel points in their channel. I think it was. This is the greatest treasure, streamers conversation with you guys. Aww. I don't know, that might be a curse depending on the day, which I think today that might be more of a curse because I'm half sleep deprived, which means there's gonna be a lot more rambling than usual. So I'm being additionally scatterbrained, so I'm not sure if that's a treasure right now. That might be more of a curse. Oh, fuck. Oh my god. That's a 2-point reading should have 1 million. Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, like, I can also understand when people have redeems that high, because I know there's a few, like, there's a few Live 2D riggers I've watched their streams and stuff, and some, like, really expensive artists. And, like, I can understand that for them, like, having just really expensive redeems. I can understand. Like, reading cursed fanfiction. I've read enough bad fanfiction in my teenage years. I would not want to be anywhere near cursed fanfiction. Just saying. Afternoon, Wraith, how you doing? Like, there is a lot of things I would do, but reading cursed fanfiction is not among them. No, we are not doing cursed fanfiction reads. We are not doing cursed fanfiction reads. We are not. I respect it, but no. Definitely not doing one. Definitely no cursed fanfiction. I read enough bad fanfiction in high school. Absolutely not. My eyes have been safe for years. We are not diving back into this. Although, you might be able to get it out of me next month, maybe. But not this month. Maybe I'll make it a fucking sub goal or something for next month. I don't know. Maybe. Because I know y'all love fucking torturing me. If it's not, it's fanfiction. Last time it's fucking pickles. Why don't I don't know what's fucking next. Oh my lord. Yeah, no cursed fanfiction. Absolutely no cursed fanfiction. Please, I will cry. I will cry. Alright. So did any of y'all guys pick up anything from the Steam summer sale that's been going on for like the past week and change? Y'all get anything good? I know there's been a lot of stuff in there. So much stuff. I still haven't even gone through and looked at all of it yet. Like, I think the only things I've gotten have been, Darktide, Mass Effect Collection, which I think is Mass Effect 1 through 3, I believe. And I'm debating, I'm on the fence still, but I'm thinking I might pick up Cyberpunk. Possibly. Well, there's still like a lot of single player games I have to play or finish and complete, so it's a little difficult for me to justify buying Cyberpunk right now, or basically any like story RPG game right now. Because I know I've been meaning to play, what the fuck is it called? I think it was Detroit Become Human is another one I've been meaning to play. And I just keep getting distracted. Just like I really want to, it's like I still really want to finish that, playthrough of Borderlands that I was doing with the STV. But unfortunately, that save file was lost to the void when, was lost to the void when I switched computers, so, rip. Hey, Ochana, hope you're doing well today. No, it's Ami Day. I mean, it's an Ami reacting day, so I think both work. How are you doing today? Steam Summer Sale you slept on. I mean, it's going to like the 9th, I'm pretty sure, so there's still time if you wanted to grab anything from it. I think it's going till the 9th. Let me double check that. Just sat down, you start again a second job. Oof. That's rough. That is rough. Steam Summer Sale now through July 9th at 10 a.m. PT. Okay, so it's like a little more than a day than I thought. So still plenty of time to get some goodies. If you want to. I may just convince myself into buying Cyberpunk with that. Fuck. As is how it usually goes. I am resisting the temptation. No vlogging. See, that's the part I'm having a hard time with, because I have played through the Borderlands 1 in the I have so Final Fantasy 16, Detroit Become Human, The Witcher 3, hold on. I had a list. Where is it? Resident Evil 4, Palworld, I do want to do another playthrough of Monster Hunter World just because it's been so many fucking years since I've played it on fucking console, and I kinda really want to play it again. Plague Inc. Nice. And maybe, if I can get into it, I'm not really sure if I will, Dishonored. So, I have a pretty large, collection that I need to get through, not even counting, like, Cyberpunk that I want to get so I can play it. Do I have Resident Evil Revelations? No. So, fun fact, the only Resident Evil game I have beaten was Resident Evil 5, which honestly did not feel like a horror game to me. It honestly just felt, it kind of felt like a more of an action adventure with certain like horror elements to it. It didn't really feel horror to me. And while I do have which I need to do and like I have Resident Evil, outside Resident Evil 5, the only Resident Evil game I have is the Resident Evil 4 remake. RE5 is an action game. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it, because it's like, y'all know, I don't really play horror games. I don't really do spooky games very much. And the fact that I got through Resident Evil 5 without any issues is just says a lot, because I am bona fide chicken. I mean, I couldn't even get play Alien Isolation long enough to see the fucking alien, because the fucking atmosphere got to me. Like, I'm gonna be so for real. If if I get through Resident Evil 5 without really any any issue, it's like, no, this really, I wouldn't really call this a horror game. This is more action adventure at the end of the day. Five Nights at Freddy's, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I will not play FNAF. I will not. Because the moment I play FNAF, I can already hear Mr. What's his name right now? I can hear Hanya already, because he already gives me so much shit being a security guard, and and that would be too much ammunition for him if I actually started playing Five Nights at Freddy. That would be too much ammunition. The cat girl is actually a chicken cosplaying a cat. I'm not a chicken. My spirit might be a chicken, but I'm not a chicken. Besides, I prefer the term chocobo. Just don't fry the chocobo. Just don't fry the chocobo. Don't fry the chicken. Do not. Do not. But are you a cat, a fox, or I'm gonna pretend I did not read a hamster. I'm gonna pretend I did not read that. A brat. You know what? That one is true. That I cannot contest. I 100% am a brat. Anyone who's been around here can tell you that, though. That's nothing new. Y'all should know that by now. But if you're looking for an actual technical answer, I'm a cat. I've been a cat. The only model I have that is a fox would have been, which is it? Would have been my original first custom made model. With the bright red hair, with the little like skull hair piece or skull hairpin. That was like wearing like I think it was like a white shirt with some shorts with bright yellow eyes. God, it's been so long. I still remember that fucking model. Holy shit. She wasn't around very long. What does a fox say? Everything Scarlet says. Oh, heavens no. Heavens no. I would hope the fox would be smarter than me, I would hope. Because I'm dumb. I'm dumb as hell, okay? Like, I'm super fucking dumb. Granted, I'm a fun idiot, but I can be pretty fucking dumb. Like, I do not have the greatest situational awareness. I have a lot of times I do not think before I start talking. which sometimes has resulted in some outside intervention to prevent a certain thing from being said or left in Discord. So I'm not gonna say I'm smart, because I'm not. I've come close to accidentally doxing myself, so I will admit I am not smart. I will admit this. I'm not gonna argue that I'm not a fucking dumbass. We both can be. I mean, yeah. We can all be a little bit stupid, but my brain cells are not here. They are all the way probably in Narnia. Probably somewhere, maybe farther than that. Though I'm not quite sure what would be beyond Narnia, though. I'm not really sure. What would be beyond Narnia? No, it's fine. It's fine. They're just in another. My brain cells are just in another galaxy, far, 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 far away, and farther. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. See, dumb stuff before God advice. So some things, these guys sometimes use cash to say something stupid. So your brain is in the Star Wars galaxy? No, it beyond the Star Wars galaxy, my friend. It is far beyond the Star Wars galaxy. What brain cell? The brain cell that has to work overtime whenever I'm deciding to even do anything remotely even stupid. The brain cell that is on life support. The one that just is just cracking time. The brain be in the void. Yeah, the brain is in the void. Exactly. It's in the void. It's far away. Not in far away. Because I wouldn't want my brain anywhere near Farquaad. Imagine Nyan Cat. I hate you. That's all I can hear now. I hate it. I hate that so much. All I can hear is Nyan Cat now. How dare you? How fucking dare you? Y'all are terrible. I guess to be thankful it's not a fucking redeem. Or I might really be screwed. Well, probably. Alright. What was I doing? What was I doing today? Fuck. Make it a redeem. If you're actually serious about making a redeem, put it in fucking mod chat, so I'll see you later, Minnow. Reacts. Thank you. This is gonna be great. This is the 4 hours of sleep functioning brain. This is great. It's gonna be wonderful. It's gonna be amazing. We're gonna start with the Fat Electrician. World War II Marines versus Convicts, the Battle of Alcatraz. And let me just salute. At least one clippable moment. Oh, I try. And I did leave you guys the exclamation mark clip command, so if any of y'all want to clip anything conveniently. If you're not manually doing it, so. But yeah, Marines versus convicts. Which... General Alcatraz, I know my brain is not fully here right now, but From what I remember is that Alcatraz was a prison, if I remember correctly. Or was it an island? Or was it the name of the prison that was on the island? Okay, so it's both. Okay. 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 Because that's pretty much the limit of my knowledge on Alcatraz. Like, I know it was like a very, like, well, honestly, I'm not sure if it was like a max security prison, but I know it was a pretty hefty prison. So I'm a little curious to see how all this played out. Like, why were the Marines and why were the Marines there? Like, what was going on with this? Like, why? So King and Echo, so we just started. This is the one, I think this is the most recent one I think that came out. The World War II Marines versus convicts, the Battle of Alcatraz. It was the name of the island, and the prison was named after the island. Okay. So it was the island, and the prison was named after the island. Okay, cool. Got it. I appreciate y'all so much. A goodie. Oh, this mute is on your end. Okay, hold on. Okay, let me just pull that back real quick.
I've been sitting on this topic for years and I've just never had enough information to do a full video, but I finally managed to track down just enough, and I'm very excited. Today we're talking about the Battle of Alcatraz, that time in 1946 when Alcatraz Prison Island lost control of some of their inmates and they acquired firearms and the guards couldn't handle the situation, so
that makes a lot of sense now. Why there might be more military that might deal with that. Alcatraz was convicts with firearms. This is off to a solid start. Also, Lookman Lamea, hope you're doing well.
They went to the US government, and the US government was like, we've got an entire branch of the military that specializes in taking islands, actually.
Perhaps I could be of some assistance.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. There's no way that this happened. It's too perfect of a scenario. There's literally one prison island and it goes out of control, so they have to send in the one branch of the military that specializes in capturing islands. It sounds like the setup to an action movie. This isn't real life. But it is, and if you don't believe me, here's a bunch of newspapers from the time period.
Well, I just want to take a look at some of these headlines. Hint Alcatraz convicts are dead or wounded. Let's see.
But it is, and if you don't believe me, here's a bunch of newspapers from the time period.
Marines shell Alcatraz. Convicts defy surrender. Jesus fuck. Combat Marines assault trapped Alcatraz rioters.
Oh, I accidentally gave away the ending.
In the business, we call this foreshadowing.
Let's be real, if you watched any of my videos, you already knew that was the only possible outcome. Uncle Sam's only sitting in the Marine Corps when he wants something dead, broken, or pregnant, and that's just how this plays out. But historically speaking, there's more important things at play here, because if it wasn't for the Battle of Alcatraz, the Marine Corps as we know it today might not even exist. And we're going to get to it right after word from our sponsor. This video is brought to you by Supremacy World War III. It is a free-to-play online PvP military-based strategy game. The entire thing's based on a World War III type scenario where you get to pick your country and go to war with the rest of the world. You can forge alliances, or you can just go solo and try to take over the whole thing yourself. They've just introduced a new shadow market, which is basically the black market where you can do a bunch of sketchy, illegal stuff under the table that's going to upset people if they find out. And I'm not exaggerating when I say it's going to upset people. That's literally a function of the game. If you get caught, it can actually cause insurgencies, civil unrest, or damage the morale of your country. Unpopular opinion, they should probably update it so it increases the morale of the American military if they get caught, because their unofficial motto is, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. I mean, it's never a war crime the first time. So if you want to give it a try, you can play with up to 99 other people, and it's available on both PC and mobile, and it's free. So if you want to check it out, I'm gonna have a link and a discount code down below. Let's get back to the video. All right, our story begins in May of 1946. World War II has just ended, and with the ending of World War II, it has brought about a huge conversation in politics and the military as how the military should function moving forward into the future, because World War II kind of turned all of the doctrines and warfare upside down on its head. You see, going into World War II, pretty much every country and most of the military strategists and tacticians all believed that the future of warfare was going to be battleships. Huge, massive, tough, heavy armored ships with massive guns that could just roll up to the enemy's coastline and shoot humongous rounds that weighed thousands of pounds at the enemy from 30 miles away. But in practice, that's not really how it worked out, because what World War II proved was that aviation was the future, because aircraft carriers dominated the seas and massive bombing raids dominated the battlefield. Simply put, whoever has air superiority is probably gonna win. Because of that, in the wake of World War II, the United States government and the military is basically saying, okay, well, if aviation is the most important thing, we should probably have a branch of the military exclusively dedicated to aviation. The Army Air Corps should split off from the Army, become its own thing, the Air Force, and it is in charge of all aviation for every branch. As we know, it doesn't really play out that way, because the Army still has planes and helicopters, and the Navy still has fighter pilots and planes and helicopters, and there's the Air Force on top of that. But this is the conversation going on at the time. And because of that, the conversation turns into, okay, every branch has their one thing they do. The Navy has boats, the Air Force has planes, and the Army is in control of ground warfare. The problem is, where does that leave the Marine Corps? It doesn't, and that's how the conversation kind of devolves into maybe we should get rid of the Marine Corps. And while that is a horribly stupid idea, that's what they're talking about. So in May of 1946, the United States Senate is heavily considering slashing the Marine Corps' budget and downsizing the entire Corps, essentially getting the ball rolling on abolishing the Marine Corps entirely. And on May 6th of 1946, General Vandegrift, the Commandant of the Marine Corps, is scheduled to give a speech in front of the Senate to basically advocate for not getting rid of the United States Marine Corps and explain to all these politicians why it is such a horrible idea. But before he has the opportunity to do so, fate would step in and prove his point for him.
The intervention of the defense.
May 2nd, 1946, there was an inmate at Alcatraz by the name of Bernard Coy, who's currently serving 26 years for bank robbery. His psychiatric evaluation describes him as, and I quote, in possession of superior intelligence, is prison-wise, reckless, impulsive, and erratic. Despite that, he has somehow managed to obtain a job as a prison orderly, which basically means that he's given free roam around the cell block, and he delivers mail and other things to the other inmates and just helps the guards do whatever they need to do. Utilizing this freedom of movement, he has conspired with other inmates and hatched a plan to escape. And one of his co-conspirators is a guy that has a job working in the kitchen by the name of Marvin Hubbard, who is serving a 99-year sentence for kidnapping, grand theft auto, and according to his official documentation, has an IQ of 65, which is a very polite way of saying,
you're retarded.
Okay, and I know what you're thinking. Why on earth would Bernard Coy, the criminal mastermind, want to team up with the moron in the kitchen that's barely qualified to make instant mashed potatoes to help him break out of prison? It doesn't make any sense. And at a glance, you're right. Okay, what you got to realize is we're talking about breaking out of Alcatraz. Nobody has ever managed to pull this off, and the only people willing to try are people that occupy the far ends of the bell curve. You're either highly intelligent and have a massive ego, and that's why you think you can pull this off, or you're over here licking windows for taste, and you think that anything's possible because you're kind of fucking stupid. Okay, if you're not picking up what I'm putting down, Hubbard was probably not Coy's first draft pick, but it was the only guy that would take the job. His third and final co-conspirator, on the other hand, is a guy by the name of Joe Kretzer, who has a massive criminal rap sheet that would would ultimately culminate in him forming the Kretzner gang and would see him going around the country robbing banks, where he would ultimately wind up as public enemy number 4 with the FBI, which was that day's equivalent of the number 4 most wanted man in the country. After being captured, he was put in a different prison. He would ultimately escape from that prison for 3 days before being recaptured, and then while going through the court process for breaking out of prison, he would try to escape again, killing a federal marshal in the process, finally landing him at Alcatraz. So yeah, these are the 3 guys that started everything. I was actually able to track down some footage of all 3 of these guys on May 4th, 1946. Roll the tape.
This was Bernard Paul Coy, Kentucky bank robber. Tennessee kidnapper Marvin Franklin Hubbard is also taken to the city morgue. Joseph Paul Kreitzer, California killer, reportedly the brains behind the attempted jailbreak.
What?
All right, May 2nd, 1946, Coy is currently roaming around the cell block working as an orderly, and Hubbard is working inside the kitchen, and Coy is waiting for Hubbard to come out of the kitchen when he's done doing whatever he's doing in there, because Coy and Hubbard both know that whenever they leave the kitchen, he has to get searched to make sure he's not trying to steal anything or like bring a knife or something out of the kitchen. While Hubbard is getting searched by the guard, Coy attacks the guard from behind. They both jump the guard and beat him unconscious, taking his keys. Now from here, they get the keys, they go let Joe Kretzner out, and then Hubbard and Kretzner lift Coy up to the gun gallery, which is covered by bars because they need to keep it safe, because that's where all the guns are. But Coy's been planning this for months, and he has been starving himself the entire time. He also has acquired grease and made a homemade bar spreader out of a nut, a bolt, and a couple other pieces of metal. He manages to grease himself up and spread these bars apart just enough to slip his body through into an area that no convict should be able to get into. So because he now has the element of surprise, he's very easily able to ambush a guard, knocking him out. He then takes his .30-06 rifle, his Colt 1911, and his club. He drops the 1911 and the club down to his accomplices and continues through the gun gallery with his rifle. Utilizing the gun gallery, he makes his way over to D Block, which is not the normal part of Alcatraz. D Block is cordoned off with extra security. This is like the maximum security portion where the worst of the worst guys go, and they're all on solitary confinement. He gets the guards in D Block at gunpoint, forces them to open the door between D Block and the rest of the prison, and let his accomplices in. They then take all 6 guards and move them into an empty cell in C Block and lock them up. C Block is empty right now because all the inmates that are supposed to be in those cells are outside in the rec yard. They then attempt to release everybody in D Block to help them with this getaway. Remember, these are the guys that are in prison and are getting punished on top of being in prison and placed in solitary confinement. Presumably, they're the worst of the worst, and the vast majority of them are like, no thank you, I'm good, and they stay in their cell. Like I said, bell curve. You have to have a delusional amount of self-confidence or be a fucking idiot to think you can pull this off. But apparently at least 3 of the convicts in D Block fall into those categories because 3 people do join them. We've got Mirren Thompson, who has 8 previous successful jail and prison escapes on his rap sheet. Then we've got Clarence Carnes, who has 1 successful escape attempt on his rap sheet. And finally, we have Sam Shockley, who, as far as I can tell, is just a fucking psychopath. Okay, everything is going perfect. It's going according to plan. We've got 6 convicts. We've got 6 guards. We're going to take their uniforms. The convicts are going to put the uniforms on. Then we're going to take the keys, which we already have, use that to open up the door to the rec yard. We're going to take the guards out at gunpoint and force the rest of the guards to let us out. And then we're going to make our way down to the dock, where there is a resupply ship for Alcatraz that is there every day at 2 p.m. We're going to commandeer that ship with our hostages, and then we're going to sail it across that 2-mile gap over to San Francisco, and then we're home free. And that's the plan. So they get the guards' uniforms on, then they go over to the door, they figure out which key works, they go through all the keys. None of the keys open this fucking door. As fate would have it, the guard that they knocked out first, the one with the keys, the one that was completely ambushed and had no idea that this was coming, for some reason, he didn't like having that particular key with the rest of his keys, and he kept it in the breast pocket of his uniform. And there was a period of time where he was in the cell in his uniform before they came back and took their uniforms. So he had taken the key and hid it inside the toilet. So the convicts go back to the guards in the cell. We don't know what happens. They might have beat him up to get it, or the guards might have just handed it over because they knew the convicts were already fucked. Regardless, the convicts get the key that they need. They go back to the door. The key won't work.
God damn it!
It's a security door. If you use the wrong key a single time, it jams the door, and then you have to have special equipment and maintenance and everything to come fix the door. The door's not coming open. They're fucked. Okay, plan B. Coy goes over to one of the windows from the gun gallery and takes aim at the guards inside the watchtower overlooking the yard and starts shooting at them. Now, he misses, but it doesn't really matter because presumably he wasn't even trying to hit the guard. He just wants all the rest of the guards that aren't under his control to know that they're trying to escape. Because now they got to come in here to stop him, and the only way to do that is to open the main door. So if they come in, guns blazing, open the main door, and he can kill him first, he still gets to escape.
Let's see if it pays off for him.
From here,
that's
the
a
convicts
risky
go.
game
They
of
get
chance.
posted up by the main door, getting ready for this firefight. Sure enough, the guards come in, guns blazing. They walk right into this ambush. One guard is killed, 5 more are wounded, and they are forced to retreat, but they manage to shut the doors behind them, so now the convicts are still trapped. At this point, they realize they're totally screwed. Up until this point, they were just trying to escape. Yeah, they knocked out a guard, but everybody's still alive. Everybody's still breathing. Now, they've killed at least 1 guard and wounded 5 more. Now, if they don't somehow escape, they're either going to get the death penalty or they're going to spend the rest of their life here on Alcatraz, and the guards are going to make sure their lives are a living hell because they just killed at least one of their buddies. So now they're all starting to panic. Joe Kretzner, the hardcore gangster, America's public enemy number 4, grabs the pistol, goes over to the cell block with the guards, and starts shooting all of the guards because he doesn't want any witnesses to be able to testify against him in court. One of them is killed, the other 5 are hit, and then proceed to play dead. Seeing this, the other 3 convicts that were not part of the original plan, the 3 that join, Carnes, Thompson, and Shockley, are like, fuck this, I'm out. They go back to their cells, lock them in, and their plan is to be like, nope, I stayed in my cell the entire time. I was never involved. Please don't punish me too. And while that's going on, the warden of Alcatraz, after hearing that his initial attack against the convicts had failed, has sent out a call to the US government. So the United States government gets a call from the warden, and remember, the US government is on some bullshit right now. They think the Air Force should only have planes, the Navy should only have boats, and all the ground warfare should go to the Army, so they kick this over to the Army instead of the Marine Corps, even though it's an island and they're launching an invasion on an island. But whatever, they kick it over to the Army.
Are you sure this water's sanitary? It looks questionable to me.
In their defense, though, if you were going to give it to the Army, they did give it to probably the 2 best guys that you could give this task to, because they gave it to the 2 generals with probably the most guerrilla warfare experience in all of World War II. That being Vinegar Joe Stillwell and his right-hand guy, General Frank Merrill, as in like Merrill's Marauders, Frank Merrill. Which, if you don't know, we talked about these guys in my last video. Logan Weston, the fighting preacher, was part of Merrill's Marauders. Basically, it was 3,000 volunteers that went into India and then proceeded to march from India into Burma, like 1,250 miles, and conducted guerrilla warfare operations against Imperial Japan for 7 months straight, living in the jungle the entire time with no assets other than getting supplies airdropped to them. Okay, if you're not picking up on a button down, if anybody knows how to handle an irregular situation, it's General Merrill, and he's now in charge. And he's got himself in an irregular situation right out of the gate, because if he sends US soldiers into Alcatraz, he could probably wind up getting arrested and thrown in prison for the rest of his life, because you could argue that this violates US Code 1385, also referred to as the Posse Comitatus Act.
The what?
Come again.
This is what you hear about anytime there's like riots or anything going on in the world and you're wondering why the president or the government isn't sending in the Marines and the National Guard to quell the riots. They always bring up this act because it's illegal. The only way the government can legally send in troops on federal orders to control the civilian population is if they have an act of Congress, which is going to take a while, doesn't really apply to this situation, or the governor of that state specifically requests it, which again is a government function that's going to take forever, and we don't have time for that shit right now. So Joe Stillwell and Frank Merrill's asses are quite literally on the line. If they mess this up and it goes sideways and the government needs a scapegoat, they're probably going to throw these guys in jail for saying that they violated this act so the government doesn't take any heat for it. So whatever they decide to do, it's very important they follow the letter of the law exactly. And in order to do that, you got to read the law. So let's go ahead and do that. US Code 1385. Whoever, except in cases under circumstances expressly authorized by the Constitution or an act of Congress, willfully uses any part of the Army, the Navy, the Marine Corps, the Air Force, or the Space Force as a posse comitatus or otherwise to execute the laws shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 2 years or both. So that's pretty much it. Case closed. In 2026, you can't use any branch of the United States military to conduct police actions unless you have like an act of Congress, which is going to take forever. But this isn't 2026, this is 1946, and that law has been rewritten a couple of times since then, probably in part because of what happens next. Because in 1946, when Frank Merrill pulls up the letter of the law, here's what that act actually says. Quote, from and after the passage of this act, it shall not be lawful to employ any part of the Army of the United States as a posse comitatus or otherwise for the purpose of executing the laws, except in such cases and under such circumstances as such employment of said force may be expressly authorized by the Constitution or by an act of Congress. Okay, translation, he can't send in the U.S. Army. It don't say shit about the Marine Corps, okay? We're gonna follow the law to the letter. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a loophole. General Frank Merrill, the guerrilla warfare expert, is literally going to use the Air Bud legal defense to send in the United States Marine Corps to take out a bunch of convicts, and the fact that the Marines are nicknamed devil dogs makes that even funnier.
Ain't no rules said the dog can't play basketball. This is a joke.
Now, is that in accordance with the spirit of the law? Absolutely not. But is it to the letter of the law? Yes. Yes, it is. If you're the first one to do it, it can't be illegal yet. It's never a war crime the first time. Them's the rules. So General Merrill presumably calls up the Marine Corps and is like, hey, I need a bunch of Marines to break into a prison on Alcatraz and take out some armed convicts. And the Marine Corps is like, I've got the perfect guys. May 3rd, 1946 at 6 p.m., an assault boat full of 2 platoons of Marines, approximately 86 guys, rolls up to Alcatraz. These Marines have just got back home to America from Guam, where for the past 6 months, they have been on the island of Guam, going into fortified enemy bunkers of Japanese soldiers that refuse to surrender and clearing them out. Imperial Japanese soldiers inside of a bunker, convicts inside of a prison, potato, potato. It's basically the same thing. And the Marines are showing up ready to party. In addition to their normal kit, you know, rifles and pistols, they've also brought flamethrowers, mortars, bazookas, machine guns, a shit ton of grenades.
So they basically brought everything and the kitchen sink, more or less. This is beautiful.
Rifle grenades, and shape charges, aka bunker busting bombs. And if that wasn't enough, they're being led by a Marine by the name of Charles Buckner, who just got a Silver Star in Guam for repelling an enemy ambush. The next day, an enemy field piece was opening fire on his men, so he took a machine gun out and got rid of it by himself. And then the day after that, he got shot by enemy sniper fire and refused to be evacuated until he was ordered to do so by his superiors. Doesn't sound like the guy you want to be fucking with. So the Marines make their amphibious landing on Alcatraz.
Here's Johnny.
Charles Buckner immediately goes, finds the warden, and is like, all right, what's the plan? Where are the bad guys? What are we doing? The warden briefs Buckner on the situation. Buckner's like, okay, I need to know where they're at, and I need blueprints of the prison. In the meantime, what do you need my guys doing? What else do you need help with? And the warden is like, well, we've got 140 convicts that are stuck outside in the yard because they were out there when the prison got taken over, and we're just kind of watching over them. They've been out there all day yesterday and all this morning. We could use some guys out there helping watch these guys. Buckner is like, all right, go ahead, take care of it, boys. The Marines run out to the yard, you know, they get up on the perches around this wreck yard, and the Marines are standing there with their guns just looking down at all these convicts. And the convicts, you know, they're thugs, they're hardened criminals. They think they're tough because they robbed a bank with a Tommy gun, and they're looking up at these Marines who are all presumably 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old kids, and they start talking shit. Now, this is based off the recollection of the guards and the Marines that were later interviewed, but supposedly one of the convicts yelled up, oh look, we've got some soldier boys here, I'm so scared, fuck you guys.
Hi, so today's lesson we're going to talk about a different phenomena on this graph here that I think that you need to be aware of.
At which point, all of the Marines in unison, without a word being spoken, flicked the safeties off of their rifles and pointed them down at the convicts, and the corporal in charge replied, give me an excuse to blow one of your guys' fucking heads off. The convicts got real quiet and cooperative after that.
Oh, fuck. Oh, that's way worse.
And while all this is going on, Buckner's getting brought up to speed, and the situation is more complicated than he originally thought. This is not simply a smash through the bunker, kill the bad guys type scenario that he's used to. This is a hostage rescue situation because there's guards in there that presumably might still be alive. So we can't just start blowing stuff up. So we got to come up with a plan to get in there, rescue the guards. So that night they kill the power to the prison, so it is pitch black in there. Then with flashlights, guards and Marines storm the East Gun Gallery and they take it. Now the East Gun Gallery only covers the main cell block block, cell blocks A, B, and C. It does not cover D block. They don't see any armed convicts or a riot going on, so they come to the conclusion that all the perpetrators must be held up in D block. And now, with the East Gun Gallery under their control, they have the high ground, they have machine guns, they're going to be able to provide covering fire and superior firing positions if a firefight does break out, so they feel pretty confident sending some guards in there on a rescue mission to search the main cell block looking for the hostages. The guards go in under the cover of the Marines, they manage to find the 5 wounded guards, and they get them evacuated. So that's great, and by the next morning, things have just gotten way simpler for Buckner and the Marines because now there's no hostages in the situation, and they have a rough idea of where the perpetrators are holed up, inside of D block. Now at this point, some of the higher ranking guards are pretty pissed off that the Marines are there at all. It kind of makes them look bad, like, oh, you can't handle the situation, you can't do your job, so they're all in their feelings about it, and they're requesting the warden lets the guards go in there with guns and take out the convicts. The warden, on the other hand, doesn't really care about the guards' feelings. He doesn't want anybody else to get hurt, so he goes to Buckner and is like, okay, maybe if we let them know that the Marines are here or that we have superior firepower, that's going to scare them and we can convince them to surrender. So from here, the Marines go, they capture the West Gun Gallery, they kind of open fire in the cell block, just letting them know, like, hey, we have machine guns, we have Marines, we have superior firepower, you're not getting out of this. And then they come around with a megaphone and are like, you know, hey, you should surrender now. Give up your guns. This shit is over. And Coy responds back, come get us, motherfucker.
What a stupid son of a bitch.
At this point, the warden just kind of looks over at Buckner and is like, do your thing.
Huh? They tried.
Buckner pulls everybody out of the West Gun Gallery. The East Gun Gallery is going to be protected by that wall because it's not in part of D block, and D block is completely cordoned off because it's the isolation unit. From here, remember, Buckner's been studying the blueprints this entire time. He knows where everything is inside of this prison. He has his Marines go up on the roof of D block and drop tear gas grenades down into the ventilation system to pump tear gas into all of D block. Oh. Then he has the Marines start setting up bazookas, and they're going to fire bazookas through the windows into D block. At which point, the warden, being an epic party pooper, steps in and is like, that's too much.
Why?
No bazookas. And Buckner's like, fine, we won't use bazookas.
Damn.
The warden fucks off. Buckner then immediately turns around to his guys, is like, set up the mortars. But sir, didn't the warden just say no explosions? No, the warden said no bazookas. He didn't say shit about mortars. This entire mission is malicious compliance. Now hurry up and get the mortars set up before he comes back. So D block, already presumably full of tear gas and everybody's having a bad time, and then the Marines start shelling D block through the windows. They're shooting rifle grenades, they're shooting machine guns into the windows, doing anything and everything they can to be as annoying as possible. Most of it is completely ineffective fire. It's going right through the window and hitting a massive concrete wall. It's not doing anything other than just the constant concussion of explosions and noise while the guys are in there breathing tear gas. It just sucks. So why on earth are they doing it if they know it's not going to solve the problem? Well, it's going to persuade the convicts to evacuate D block, and once they evacuate D block, there's really only one place they could go because they know that they have control of the East Gun Gallery at this point, and there's only one place to hide that isn't D block and isn't in the main cell block, and it's in one of the utility corridors in C block. So Buckner is betting on the fact that these guys are going to evacuate D block, and they're going to have to run straight to this utility corridor, dodging bullets the entire time. And then once they get into that utility corridor, they're safe. They're effectively inside of a concrete bunker. The only way in is through the door on the main cell block, and that door leads into basically what amounts to a concrete hallway, and they're going to be standing at the end of it with their guns pointed at that door, and anybody that comes through there is going to get shot. They have a very narrow choke point. It's a terrific fighting position. It's exactly what anybody that was smart would do. The convicts are going to turn this into their own little miniature Battle of Thermopylae.
From there, we will funnel them into the mountain pass we call the Hot Gates.
The plan works like a charm. Eventually, the convicts decide they got to get the fuck out of D block. They immediately run to the nearest cell block C, and go straight into the utility corridor, the only place that's safe. Presumably, the guys in the East Gun Gallery see them run into that utility corridor and notify Buckner. So the plan worked, which raises a question. Why on earth is this the plan? Why would you intentionally force your enemy into the most fortified, defendable position possible before you go and try to take them out? Because now, presumably, the only way to go in there and kill these guys is to walk right into the narrow choke point that they're pointing guns at, and some of your guys are going to wind up getting killed. Which is why Buckner has an alternative plan. You gotta remember, this guy just got back from Guam and his entire job was killing Japanese soldiers inside of bunkers, okay? If you're not picking up what I'm putting down, this guy has had time to develop and refine some very creative ways to kill the enemy. Once Buckner gets word that his plan worked and they're in the utility corridor, he orders his guys to quit the mortar fire, but keep some suppressing fire from the machine guns going into D block, just so they don't double back. He then grabs a bunch of Marines, tells them to grab all the grenades and rifle grenades that we have, and heads up to the roof.
Wait. What I said was, give me all the bacon and eggs you have.
Now, as you can see from the map, the C block utility corridor pretty much runs the length of C block, which is basically the length of the prison. So once they get up on the roof, they measure out where this utility corridor is approximately at, and then they proceed to beat, drill, and chisel 5 holes running the length of this C block utility corridor. They then proceed to grab rifle grenades, put them on their rifles, shove their rifles into the hole, and fire the grenades. And then they keep doing that, firing at all different angles, making sure they cover every square inch of this utility corridor. And they do this until they run out of rifle grenades. Now, are the convicts dead at this point? Almost certainly. Are the Marines gonna stop? Absolutely not. Now, why would they do that? Well, if I had to bet, I would say the official excuse is gonna be, we wanted to make sure we were thorough. We wanted to make sure we got the job done. In reality, I've been around grunts long enough to know exactly what went through their head, and that thought was, I'm not about to carry 500 frag grenades back down from the roof. We're using these bitches, so I don't have to carry them back and turn them back in at base. From here, the Marines proceed to lower frag grenades down the holes on wires with strings connected to the pins, and once they lower it down far enough, they yank the string, pull the pin, so it's an air burst, and you get a full 360 explosion instead of it just detonating on the ground. Which is hilarious, because like I already said, the convicts are probably already dead, but if they're not, they're just looking up at these holes with grenades getting lowered right on top of them like... So that goes on for a little while, then they just start pitching grenades down these holes until they run out. And then they throw the shape charges and pretty much every other piece of explosive ordnance they have down the holes as well, because, well, you know, I don't want to carry that shit back with me. And earlier when I said 500 grenades, I was not exaggerating. They literally put 500 grenades into that utility corridor. Is that overkill? Absolutely. But you know what? Overkill is underrated. They went up there, they killed the bad guys, they made the world a better place, and now their backpack is a little bit lighter for the journey home. Everybody wins. From here, Buckner goes back, has another little meeting with the warden. Warden basically comes out and asks him, are they dead? And Buckner, I'm paraphrasing here, responds with, if there's any convicts left, they're definitely corpses.
I'm pretty tired. Think I'll go home now.
And then Buckner grabs all his stuff, grabs his Marines, they board the assault boat, and they leave. Then the guards grab their guns, they go into the main cell block, and the entire prison is flooded. There is water and sewage everywhere. Gotta remember, the Marines just blew up the utility corridor. That's where all the water pipes and all the sewage pipes and all the electrical and all the important infrastructure stuff for the prison is located. So presumably, that's all junk now. There's both literal and metaphorical shit everywhere. They make their way to the utility corridor. They don't really know what happened, so they open the door and they just open fire into this corridor for a little while. Then they wait. There's no return fire. Okay, these guys must be dead. They find what's left of the 3 remaining convicts, and that is the end of the Battle of Alcatraz. Obviously, there's a lot of interviews and interrogations that went on afterwards trying to figure out everything that happened. And during those interviews and interrogations, the other 3 men that did participate to some degree in this riot were found out, and 2 of them, Thompson and Shockley, both received the death penalty. Clarence Carnes, on the other hand, managed to avoid the death penalty because some of the guards that were shot inside that cell did testify that Clarence Carnes tried to prevent Kretzner from shooting them, so he managed to avoid the death penalty because of that. He did, however, spend the rest of his life in prison until he passed away in 1988 from AIDS. How you get AIDS while you're in prison, I have no idea.
I may not have a brain, gentlemen, but I have an idea.
Other interesting trivia fact is that the most famous Alcatraz escape was in 1962. This is the one that the movie Escape from Alcatraz is based on. And both in real life and in the movie, the convicts managed to escape their cells by digging through weakened concrete, and it is believed that that concrete was weakened because of all of the water damage caused by the Marines and their grenades.
Did I do that?
Now, where does this leave the Marine Corps as far as are they going to get disbanded or defunded? Well, the Battle of Alcatraz lasted from May 2nd to May 4th of 1946. And like I already said at the beginning of the video, General Vandegrift, the Commandant of the Marine Corps at the time, is already set to testify in front of the Senate in 2 days on May 6th. And on May 6th, when he steps into that Senate hearing, Marines take over Alcatraz from armed convicts is on the front page of every newspaper in America. He has all the positive PR he could ever ask for. And with that, the United States Marine Corps solidifies and reaffirms its place and its belonging in the United States military, and that is a story of the Battle of Alcatraz when they called in the Marines to take care of a prison riot. Thank you for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch, maybe drink some Echelon. Links to both of those over at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang, out. Unpopular opinion, this story deserves a movie way more than the 1962 Escape does.
Well, I don't know what I was expecting from that, but that definitely was not it. Oh, that was good. I'm sad they didn't use bazooka, but I can live with the fact that they still use mortars. Fucking hell. Also, welcome in, Mod. How you doing? Any chance to use a bazooka should be taken. I mean, I think any chance to use any type of explosive should be taken, but that's just because I really like large explosions. I just like big explosions. How am I doing? I am doing good. I am somewhat sleep deprived, but we're doing good. We're doing good. Also, welcome in, Zombie. So, I think I saw hey Octavia, so I think I saw you earlier. Neko wants a big boom. Yes. The biggest explosion possible. Yes. Even if you think it's big enough, it needs to be bigger. Like, and even then, it probably still needs to be larger. Like, if that explosion is not blinding me, I don't want it. Yes! You need a vacuum hat then. I would say I get it, but I don't think I know the reference, but it wouldn't suit me well because I'm not that familiar with the character. But I mean, it's like well, when in doubt, cast Fireball. And when you're not in doubt, cast Fireball. It's always Fireball. What else do I got for today? So much in the 500 kilogram earlier. I have access to a 3D print file for a life-size 500 kilogram from Helldivers. That is amazing. I love it. That is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. So, Cat wants dinosaur ending boom. No, no, no. I do not want a dinosaur ending boom. I want a even larger than the dinosaur ending boom. The shit needs to be massive, okay? It's just... I don't think there is an explosion large enough that would scratch the itch. It's just all the giant explosions. Milky Way ending boom. Now you're talking my language. Although I don't think any extraterrestrials would appreciate that though. Just saying. So it's access 3D print files for several life-size missiles for planes and helicopters. That is fascinating. But yeah, your local cat absolutely 100% loves explosions. Oh dear, what am I need to go deal with that. I love when one of my friends get compromised. Don't click suspicious links, people! If I didn't think I would be put on a list, sounded better on your head. Yeah, probably did. Probably. Probably sound. Well, I mean, there's a lot of things that sound better in your head. Doesn't mean you don't say them out loud. But there are hot girls in my area. I have to click. They're like, no, 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 no. Bad, bad. No, no. It's a lie. They're all ugly and hideous. It's just, honestly, I'm a little surprised by this one though, because this buddy of mine was actually usually pretty good about their account security, so I'm a bit surprised that they got. I mean, we all have moments where we had a lapse in judgment, though. Also, welcome in, Siren. How you doing? Is there anything I can 3D print? Honestly, I'm not sure. I never really think about stuff like that. Like, I know that, one of my buds with a, 3D printer, we were in the talks for, a con we were planning on going to in a few months. Potentially. And we were thinking of going as Helldivers, but so we've been thinking about like trying to like 3D print some of the like armor and stuff from Helldivers, but it'd be great. But I got a lot of stuff up in the air right now, though, so I don't know. That's not a question for me running on 4 hours of sleep. 3D printing a full Master Chief cosplay. Oh, that's gonna look so good when it's done. Fucking love Master Chief. Let's see, what do we got now? Let's see, we'll grab the what is it? No. Did I see the 250 gun drummer video? I don't think I have. Don't quote me on that though, cause I don't trust my brain right now. To be wholly honest. My brain is not in its best condition right now. Post it in suggestions. Suggestions. Email, Bunny Bash. I mean, there's a possibility. Search if you remember, you remember. I mean, look, man. I'm only running on like less than 4 hours of sleep. Give me a little slack here. Worst case, I'll just have to look it up later. Oh yeah, let me like the video before I forget. Let's see. Next up, we have the punt gun versus car.
Bob, I really...
Wait, you're not supposed to start yet! That's how I know I didn't open this tab as I loaded it. Punt gun versus car, the biggest shotgun ever. Which makes me wonder then, how large is a, Well, I have seen the punt gun, so I guess that's not my question. I appreciate that so much. I'm sorry, I'm so scatterbrained right now.
I appreciate you just giving me this car. Are you sure you don't want me to pay you something? Like, it's in pretty good shape. Yes, no problem. And absolutely, you can have it 100% for free, but you are gonna destroy it, right? Like, completely destroy it? Yep, it's definitely getting destroyed. I'm gonna shoot it with a punt gun. All right, good. So there'll be no evidence, right? Yeah, that's a interesting descriptive word to use, but yeah, but shouldn't be much left of it. All right, that's good, that's great. Yeah, I got it out here lickety split. I don't think the cops followed me or anything. What?
I would love to know some of the backstories. I would just love to imagine the backstories just for some of these fucking characters that Scott has, because these are fucking great.
I said I don't think my pops followed me or anything. He really likes the car. He didn't want to see me get rid of it. Right. Well, man, I really appreciate it. You are an absolute lifesaver. Oh, no, man. You're the lifesaver, literally. You have saved me 25 years to life. What is that supposed to mean? Oh, I don't know. You have a good one, man. You take it easy. Hey, did you have a skunk in this car? Hey, never mind that.
It all makes sense.
What's up, everybody? My name is Scott, and you're watching Kentucky Ballistics, and I am super excited because today we are going to film another video with Fury the punt gun. If you live under a rock and you do not know what Fury the punt gun is, let me educate you real quick. Punt guns used to be used for commercial duck hunting. They would be used to take out entire flocks of ducks, and they would mount them to a John boat, which was called a punt. So therefore you have a punt gun. Fury here is a modern punt gun made out of modern materials. It is 9 foot overall in length, has a 6 foot barrel, and weighs 150 pounds. The bore diameter of this punt gun is 1.68 inches. And just for some reference, this is a 50 BMG. This is a 4-bore, a 2,150 grain bullet that is 1 inch in diameter. And it just swallows that. And to give you a little more reference, this is a Desert Tech HTI 50 BMG. It is not a small gun by any means. But if you take this here and you compare it to the punt gun, you can see that the 50 BMG is not even as big as the punt gun's stock and forend. I can literally fit the 50 BMG's muzzle brake and barrel all the way down the punt gun's barrel. So when it comes to shooting this thing, it's going to be producing upwards of 800 pounds of felt recoil. For most people, that would absolutely rip them in half. I could totally fire this thing. I'd eat the recoil for breakfast. But I stepped on a Lego this morning, so my foot's kind of sore. But luckily, I have a handy
stepping on a Lego
absorbing sled. So lately, I've been taking advantage of the community posts on YouTube. Every week, I've been posting a multiple choice question just to see what you guys think. A few weeks ago, I posted one and I said, what would you like to see me shoot with the punt gun first? Well, the winner was zombie torsos. But obviously, this is not a zombie torso. We are going to shoot zombie torsos, I promise. But I just really wanted to shoot the car. So this is a Ford Flex, and I think that it's seen better days. And the plan is to shoot one side with, say, birdshot, flip it, shoot the other side with some sort of buck, and then we will throw a giant 1-pound ball down the center of this engine. Oh, beautiful. Well, would you look at the time? What a coincidence, because today's sponsor is 511. 511 is good at a lot of things, but what they're most goodest at is their tactical pants. They're spacious, they're durable, and they're flexible, which make them great for everyday activities, concealed carry, and even kung fu. Never let them know your next move. 511 also makes shoes. They even got backpacks for when you decide to be a woodsman. So what I'm trying to say is 511 is pretty awesome, but you know what else is awesome? 20% off. And right now, if you use code KYB20, you will get 20% off all non-sale items. This is good online or in one of their many retail stores. Be sure and check them out. There is a link in the description down below. Again, a big thank you to 511 for sponsoring today's video. And again, don't forget to use that code KYB20. Now, let's get started. Okay, we are all loaded up and ready to go. Fury here has over a pound of number 8 birdshot inside it right now, with over a 1/4 pound of powder. A 12-gauge shotgun can hold 450 number 8 pellets. Fury here holds 7,500. Let's go hide, shall we? Okay, we are hiding behind the truck today because we could potentially have a ricochet, so we don't want to take any chances. You know, safety is always first. Let's see what happens when we hit the car with 7,500 pellets. That's a lot of slack. Here we go. Well, I thought...
I don't think they went far enough.
I had it loaded with number 8 shot, but I think I may have made a mistake. Let's try again, shall we? Okay, here we go.
Was that like confetti?
Oh my gosh!
Oh fuck! But the scratch.
All right, there's no question that 100% was number 8 birdshot that time. Look at this spread. Holy cow. Wow. Okay, so we blew out this window and we damaged that one severely, and we really tore up these doors. That is
they busted a hole through the other side of the window.
Dude. Also, it looks like we blew through the other window on the other side, and you also might notice that this door is just dented in. Oh. Have you look inside there? But there is glass everywhere. Can you imagine what that would have been like if you were inside that car?
You would have fucked.
Okay, for this next shot, I'm gonna go ahead and move the car so we have a fresh side to shoot. Okay, well next, we are gonna shoot this car with over a pound of 45 caliber buckshot. That is over 45 pellets. I am a little worried though, because I gotta make sure this thing will start for our grand finale when we hit it with a giant 1 pound
just hot wired it, it'll be fine.
I'm going to cover up the steering wheel and the ignition with some soft body armor just to try and prevent that from happening. All right, Fury is all loaded up again. Like I said, we are going to be using 45 caliber buckshot, and there are over 45 pellets inside there with over a 1/4 pound of powder. We are going to absolutely destroy that car. Hey, listen here. Scott, he's doing me a solid. Get rid of that car. He's a good dude, so you should do him a solid and hit that subscribe button, all right? Hey, I gotta go. Okay, I expect this to be very destructive. Here we go. Oh, that was loud.
Fucking Christ. Doesn't look as spread out as the other one.
I'm actually quite impressed with our spread. Those were 45 caliber pellets, like I said. And look at how beautifully this pattern on this car.
Oh, look, red
crazy.
Swiss
I'd
cheese.
say that's about,
no, not the
I
red
don't know,
Swiss cheese.
a 2-foot pattern. Whoa. Golly. All right, let's take a look at the other side real quick. Looks like we blew through
That's why I'll go
that
fire up
door
your wall today.
and went through this side too. I don't think we made it completely through. We did have pellets hit this door. Actually, there's one right there in the window button. Look at that. Just a big old piece of lead. Handle looks a little chewed up.
Come on. You can do it. You can open the door. I believe.
All right.
Yes, I am.
I'm gonna leave it running. I am gonna put the parking brake on, just in case. I'm really regretting shooting that door. Oh yeah. Listen to that baby purr. Peak performance.
I love older
So my
cars.
biggest concern when shooting a vehicle is a ricochet. I'm not too concerned with it coming straight
It's the
back.
Discord
More so if
fun.
it were to ricochet.
So I would say it really depends what you're looking for from a Discord. Honestly, if the my community Discord is something you'd want to join, it really depends what you're looking for out of one.
Off the motor. So to make me feel a little better and to be extra safe, I have this giant piece of a 1/4 inch thick of mild steel that I'm putting on top of the hood. That way, if the lead ball were to go upwards, this should stop it. Keep-ho! Oh, all right. This is going to be the grand finale. Fury here is loaded up with over 1/4 pound of powder and one of these little guys. That is a 7,000 grain lead ball, aka 1 pound. It's going to be producing over 25,000 foot-pounds of energy, and it's going to slam into that engine block. I am very excited to see what's going to happen. All right, we have got the car running, the gun loaded up, everything's good to go. Just going to pull back this hammer. I'm really excited. I have shot many cars with many different calibers, but never a punt gun. And we're about to find out what that looks like. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Holy cow, it was loud. I think it's dead.
Well, that definitely pierced. I wonder how far it went.
Oh no, she dead. Look at that hole. Holy cow. So I was aiming here, we hit just a little higher than I would have liked, but we completely demolished this thing. Oh, dude.
Less damage.
There we go. Holy cow. Take a look at that. That is some carnage. Look at all that. Dude.
Just went for a little bit of a joyride.
It ripped all through that motor. Wow. It broke through all of that. That is all busted. I mean, it is completely demolished. We've got a flashlight inside there now, and you can see real deep inside that motor. That 1 pound ball really penetrated deep. That is the most devastating shot to a motor I have ever seen, but it's nothing a bottle of Lucas can't fix. Now, I say we take a bonus shot, bird shot, straight to the windshield. I am really curious to see what that does. All right, let's give the old 4-flex one more shot. All right, here we go. Holy cow!
Well, definitely whoever's gonna be having a very bad time.
Okay, so a pound of birdshot will completely cave in your windshield. Look at this. Just poof. All that energy went into the windshield and it's just smushed down. Okay. Okay, some of it, it appears it blew through the windshield and then also went through the back glass. I had a camera inside and I set a piece of Lexan in front of it just in case. I'm glad I did that. Okay. Where is the camera? Here's the Lexan. You can see it had several pellets like skip off of it.
In the hell?
Still works? Oh, okay. It's still recording. I think it got turned off.
I mean, blast through.
I mean, it still works. The rear view mirror and the cabin light is hanging down.
Fucking hell.
Wow. Actually, on the roof inside there, you can see where some
probably
birdshot
does,
skipped across
but
the roof.
I'd imagine it's not
I'm gonna
that
say
positive, though.
that this car is pretty much completely done. Well, that's gonna be about it with the punt gun today. I need to get this sucker home and clean it. But let me know what you thought about it in the comment section down below. Also, what else would you like to see me shoot with the punt gun? You know, I never tried to start this thing after we shot it. I wonder what would happen.
Oh, she's trying. Oh.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Yeah, so I learned today that you should not try to start a car after you shoot it with a punt gun. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure and give it a like. Hit that subscribe button. Be sure and check me out on Kentucky Customs, Kentucky Ballistic Shorts, Patreon, Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter. Also be sure and check out KentuckyBallistics.com just in case you want to pick up a shirt. And as always, my name is Scott. Thank you so much for watching Kentucky Ballistics.
I like anime that I react to.
And I'll see you next time.
Oh, that was great. That was great. How old is this video? 2 years ago. Okay, that explains a lot. You would know more detail on the punt gun than he usually does, which now knowing this video is one of the older ones, I kind of understand now. More a little bit more about it. But like the actual like size of the like barrel and shit for it. Makes a lot more sense now. Well, thank you for the follow. What is the max time for videos clips? The video has informational and funny. It's also animated and appropriate. So, suggestions are done through Discord. I prefer them to not be longer than like a, I prefer them not to be longer than an hour. But I also want to mention that anything that gets put in suggestions is not guaranteed a reaction to. Oh, you're good. You're good. It's alright. Hey, there is no harm typing in command just to see what it does. There is no harm in that. Yeah, all suggestions are done through Discord. Okay, next up. Well, I still got gas in the tank before the lack of sleep catches up with me again. I'm not gonna say no, but like I said, it's not guaranteed. Is more so, it's more or less. It is supposed to. Alright. Let me see what I got here. Okay, I did like that video. Okay, just good. Let me make sure I actually liked it. Alright. Have the Independence Day, Gun Drummer, and the Black Rifle Coffee Company. Okay. Alright. Alright. Next video. I don't remember who suggested this. The largest American flag ever towed. Although I have a feeling that I may have saw a short the other day related to this, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
On the 250th birthday through a video.
Let's send it. Let's give thanks to all the people that, have put their life on the line, and a lot of them are out here.
Dave Sparks flying a helicopter like 50 feet in front of your face, Travis Pastrana wheeling, and then Rocker Steiner, and then the Black Rifle crew and all the stuff.
The key component here, and the reason we're all here together, is for Old Glory. This is our life. This is our heritage. This is our freedom. This is our family.
The staple of that is our nation's flag.
One of the biggest flags that's ever flown in America.
Gets me a little fucking amped up seeing the red, white, and blue fly so big, man.
20, that's our founding statement.
We are right now living the absolute American dream.
I can't imagine a better way to celebrate America's 250th birthday.
It's hard to refrain from the amount of excited patriotism that is jolting through my veins right now.
Day one of what we're calling the greatest rendition of the Star Spangled Banner ever. I think Matt and Logan kind of came together, had the idea for this, and it kind of just, it's like one of those things that snowballs, right? It's like, we got an idea for like a big flag in the desert, a bunch of vehicles. So what happens is like you bring on people like State of Forge and Ethan Roberts and the Diesel Brothers, and then you get JT and his crew thinking about stuff coming together for one purpose, and the purpose is to celebrate America's 250th.
We are going to be a massive outfit, and we're going to be a massive amount of work. Do yourselves a favor and come and look at that storyboard anytime that you're in here, so you can understand where we're all heading and what we're doing.
Morning at day one, we just had safety brief, and now Diesel Dave's arsenal of awesome vehicles has now shown up, which has to get pulled by a giant, like full-size tractor trailer. Big? And we got some Army vehicles here because that's what we're gonna need. We're gonna need big Army vehicles to pull the world's largest American flag pulled by a vehicle.
The fact that we got like Trav out here, Rocker Steiner's coming, the Diesel Brothers. I mean, what a incredible group of people. So I'm so, have you seen the flag yet?
I haven't.
Oh my gosh.
The next biggest vertically flown flag was 1,800 square feet, which is like 30 by 60 or something like that.
30 by 60.
We're 3,600 square feet, so 40 by 80.
Fucking hell. Yeah, I said really underestimate the size of that.
All right, we got Dave Sparks in the flag rig, the epic Oshkosh system we've got built out with the giants, like 40, 50 feet flagpole going up. So we're shooting all of Dave's inserts here. And then we got to test this flag because we've done it static. So we got to make sure the most important part goes flawlessly. To be here with all of these people involved and seeing this American epic existence come to life through video with all of these people putting their fucking grease and hand power, brain power. This doesn't happen without a whole bunch of people who fucking love America who want to create the epic 250 video.
I was in second grade. My dad said, "Hey, go change that flag." Said our flag had a rip in it. Put the flag on the ground to put the other flag out. And my grandma, she walked casually over, slapped me, nice, gentle, but like never, ever, ever let an American flag touch the ground. But that huge American flag was about to touch the ground. I could just see production, everyone just jumping out of whatever the rigs there were, and everyone was there to try to make sure that flag didn't hit the ground. It's just an awesome crew.
The thing that really propelled it forward as we started to put these pieces together was that it felt easy because everybody wanted to everyone on the set is stoked about the fact that America is 250 years old. And so you can see this acceleration, pun intended, of capabilities and just ease of the shoot.
Mr. America.
There's so much going on. At any given point throughout the day, you could look this way, that way, and see something that you would probably never see again in any world under any circumstances.
The group that we assembled, the top in the action sports world, the top in just the insane motorsports realm, and then us, the veterans.
It's like this hand-picked, perfectly curated mix of just the most talented, the most authentic, the most genuine, and just the most solid humans in the world.
Pushing the limits and doing everything that you dream that you can do.
Most of the time, productions are a fucking nightmare, and everybody's just having a fucking blast out here.
And then just do a hairpin around him. The less turns I have to do, the more momentum I have for the sexy turn.
Rocker on the horse with Sparks and the Blackhawk here, cruising by him, getting in the mix.
Number one thing obviously is safety, and so I don't want to put you in a position that you don't feel comfortable in.
No, we should be good.
And so, but then once we wrap on that, then we'll spool up the helicopter and we'll do that shot of him coming this way.
Worst case scenario, the horse goes that way and I go that way. American flag, Blackhawk flying over it.
You wish the drink actually tasted good. Which one?
On a piece of napkin about 2 months ago, I just wrote down I want to jump a Mustang in this piece. But something cool happened. Ram found out and they're like, we would like you to jump a Charger. If we sent you one, would you do it? Absolutely. So they sent us this beautiful red Challenger over here, gave us permission to jump it as far as we can off the sand dunes. So that's what we're doing.
Good, brother? Hey, that's a full set. Yes. Oh! That's a full set. That's a full set, bro.
Hell yeah.
That was so good.
You want to pick up your mess?
Oh.
That was insane. All right, the intro is built out. Everybody's opening sequence is done. The flag testing went fantastic. Now we're getting Matt's initial like little walkthrough up here so we can get this get a couple of these close and wide shots. We're gonna have the camera car coming in. They're working through the safety procedures right now.
I got like a sweet thong on, a harness thong. We got Mark over here gonna help me get saddled up, but we're gonna see how it rips. Yeah. We had a lot of discussion around the guitar we're gonna use, but you got to go to the vintage Stratocaster. I mean, this has Hendrix written all over it. Steve Ray Vaughan, my inspiration to play guitar. So let's go try not to fall off and die.
The speed we needed to be at in order for us to be 100% elevation on the flag, we're gonna have to be cruising at a pretty decent speed, like up to 50 miles an hour to get that thing completely off the ground and looking good. So this is gonna have to go a decent clip as well. So we're just doing some safety tests, making sure he's all comfortable in that, but he's gonna have to be kind of leaning forward in his harness to keep that tension so that if there's a hard break, he's 100% safe up there. We'll work through all of that, get some sound tests, make sure he's all good for the main convoy sequence.
This looks so good. That was so much harder than I thought it was gonna be. You feel every bump in that fucking thing. I felt like a bald eagle. When Dave flew over me, I was like, I love this fucking country, dude. All the divisiveness, fucking America first.
Words, I felt like a bald eagle.
That's all that needs to be said.
So all the pressure, the 2-point here, but it's retained so tight to my right leg. I'm doing a half squat the entire time and I can't stand up. That was awesome. I ate shit hard, yeah. Tell me you move forward. Oh, you got spacing too.
Look at that.
Oh, hit us with the lens flare. Come on, baby.
Now we're about to bring a bunch of degenerate professional drivers together to all try and come up with a plan that makes sense using complex math and instructions for 800 vehicles to come together in a convoy on a lake bed. Do I think this is going to be successful? No.
We've pushed through that layer of crust.
Yeah.
We've broken through that, and so now Sparks is saying that his machines won't have enough speed to get the flag in the air, and other machines are going to get stuck. So the idea is either see if it is going to work going another direction, or spend 8 hours to, it might not be 8, it might be 6 hours to change our pyro line.
Part of the process.
We should stay over here and shoot individual pieces, right?
All right, razors. So that's me, and you guys can be. So, and then Travis, you'll be the rally car main. Colette, you're behind. Razor here, 8 car lengths. I mean, you might be in the right spot, but if you could line up the war rig, and then all of us just get us in a line.
And then we'll all back up from there to one.
Well, we don't have to necessarily back up. We can just whatever. But I just would like to know where you want us, and then everyone can see that and be like, okay, this is the spacing that we're gonna.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is we'll start. So we'll have our start line. We'll just be all in one line, right? Because we're starting like that. But I want to do it before we go.
Before we get in the start line,
we're going to be doing explosions and helicopters and fire and hovercraft.
Start with a straight on, but we do set it so that Matt's leading And even if we just, it doesn't, like the format doesn't matter exactly who's on your side, but just stay going straight.
That should be the center stone, right? There's the hero, and it's like this, and that's the American flag going up. Right now, it was angled on the left side, and it was more a rocker and like a Subaru, where it's got to be Yahtzee. And if the flag's the hero, let's give that the hero of the moment.
I need all of our drivers. We're gonna start together. So instead of the flying V, we're gonna start together in uniform in one line moving forward, with the concert rig still in the front.
Hard time and effort, and it's cool to see it come together. Still a lot of work to do, but like
it's freaking incredible.
The moment when we all launch off the line, you see the smoke go up in the back. You got red, white, and blue.
It was just surreal. It looked fake.
Then, you know, I look over and see Travis Pastrana wheeling, and then Rockersteiner, and then the Black Rifle crew and all this stuff.
It's just utter chaos all around you in the best fucking way possible.
America written all over this. This is the coolest thing ever.
But the shot that I could not get out of my head.
All these cool vehicles, and then you watch the Black Hawk come through the smoke.
No! When the helicopter comes through, you're like, just instant goosebumps. It's like,
it's wild.
That moment was pure freedom.
All these incredible, diverse people with diverse skill sets that come together under one thing, under the United States of America and the American flag.
We were right next to the flag, like violently rippling and waving. And at one point, the flag like came right next to me, and I was able to reach out and grab it. And it was like a little shiver went up the spine.
All of this is just America at its finest.
All these epic people, all these epic moments.
I mean, the collaboration of everyone being together on this shoot stands out to me.
Getting to know the people and just being able to be part of this like insanely genuine crew, that's by far my favorite part.
You can't get more America than that.
I'm just having time of my life.
At the end of the day, regardless of the commercial, we're having an absolute blast, and that's something you don't get to say about many productions.
Under one thing, and that's celebrating America's 250th birthday, and couldn't have had a better time doing it.
Dude, I mean, we've shot some amazing things over the years, but this shoot will live in infamy as probably one of the greatest things we've ever accomplished, because the visuals of this, like, you've got the spectacle of the flag,
for 1 minute and 10
but
second video
to me,
called Unapologetically
like
American.
having the crew of people who are all like in sync with making that happen and dedicated towards that effort is like, yes, the flag is so beautiful.
That tracks,
up there.
actually.
Like, all of the people working to make it happen was just as special to see this crew just in sync and humming as a team, man.
There's a lot of like
America
adverts
in a nutshell.
A lot longer than might respect
Teamwork
them too.
and a dream coming true, and that's exactly what this is.
You know, it's one thing to have all the amazing guys out here, but to all of us have the same passion for America and to be able to bring that out with a giant flag. I mean, that's what allows us to do what we do, is being in America and being American citizens, and all the men and women who fight for those rights. We get to raise that flag proudly and basically go have an epic day in the desert celebrating America with some of the coolest people on the planet. There's nothing better that symbolizes freedom than Old Glory.
Putting her out there for the whole world to see, as big and bold as possible.
I always tell people, like hang your flag up, raise your flag up every day. Take a few minutes every day to just look at it and try to think what that means to us all.
I want to thank everyone that came out, and it's a pretty incredible moment. I hope that Black Rifle Coffee stands and still is a steward of the veteran community and shows that you can follow your dreams and do anything you want in life, and just because you carried a gun doesn't mean you can't get into production, learn how to fly a helicopter, whatever skill set you want to get into. It's just like, go live life, man. The hourglass is upside down. You know, there's no dress rehearsal in this life, and I think that just go live life. And I hope that that's a takeaway of this. And America has been the steward for us to go live that incredible life. And I'm so thankful to be, an American citizen and serve my country and be out here with all these great people.
Fryer.
So.
All that for a minute and 13-second video. Yep. Yeah. That sounds right. I still think it's a cool as hell process, though. How we doing? It's like, we're not until sleep-deprived rambles yet, so. Let's see. Close this one, close this tab. I already watched that. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see what else. Oh yeah, there was the gun drummer video. Right. Or don't save that for another day. Maybe I'm really pushing my limits already. Oh, thank you, Air Fryer. Thank you. It's probably one of my favorite ones. Let's see if I do drummer. Arcade Demolition Ranch. Oh, thank you for the follow. Alright, y'all, I need you to pick between Kentucky Ballistics or Demolition Ranch. Because I did finally decide today I did want to check out Demolition Ranch. Oh, motherfuck, there's an ad. Fuck! Like Kentucky Ballistics from time to time. I like his videos. A lot of them are very, like, enlightening to me, because I'm not, like... I've said it before. I'm not very, like, knowledgeable or anything when it comes to, like, firearms. Like, I'm very dumb in a lot of ways outside, like, the, which I can't think of them right now because I'm fucking tired as fuck, but, like, the fucking, like, 4 rules of gun safety and shit. Fucking hell. God damn, fucking ads! Fuck you, Twitch! Your firearms repair instructor? That's really cool. Like I said, I've only fired a firearm once, and that was my dad's old rifle. There'll only be a little bit on this. No. Be me fucking freaking middle or like fucking like sophomore year. Yeah, it's just gonna have a bit. Oh, it's gonna knock you, and it's like, okay, fire the damn thing. I have no idea of any type of scale of fucking recoil. I still have not forgiven them for that. But I forgave the one. I haven't forgiven the other one yet, though. Do not want to fire it. I never want to fire a weapon from 1920s again. But yeah, just I'm not very knowledgeable when it comes to like firearms, so Kentucky Ballistics is always a nice little treat for me to watch because I learn more about guns. I like learning things. I like seeing things sometimes go boom and take damage. It's great. It's wonderful. It scratches the itch. Let's see. What do I got? You know what? We will do another Kentucky ballistics video. Yeah. Yeah. That's what we'll do. 700 nitro. Ugh. 700 nitro catastrophic failure when guns go boom, episode 13. Now, admittedly, I have no idea what 700 nitro means. Admittedly. But that's okay. We're still gonna do a video anyway. It'll be great.
A catastrophic failure with a double barrel 700 Nitro Express. Normal operating pressures for a 700 Nitro Express are around 40 to 50,000 PSI. Both of these will be producing over 150,000 PSI for a combined total of over 300,000 PSI. We only got one shot at this. I'm gonna pull this really hard. Here we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's up, everybody? My name is Scott and you're watching Kentucky Ballistics. And 5 years ago, my interest in catastrophic failures peaked. And ever since then, I have been testing out the structural rigidity of different platforms ranging from small to big. But the one we're testing today really takes the cake. This is my 700 Nitro double barrel safari rifle.
Pretty.
This is one of the world's largest safari rifles. This thing is 70 caliber and fires the massive 700 Nitro round, which is 70 caliber and 1,000 grains. They're also pretty rare, so you're probably asking yourself, why in the world would you put this to the test? Well, there's many reasons for that. The first is I made a promise to you several years ago that I would do it. The second and most important is this thing has actually become pretty sketchy. It is starting to become what's called off face. So when you open this double rifle, this part, the barrels, lines up to the action here. And it's supposed to line up perfectly. It appears that it lines up perfectly, but it's actually become off face. And what that means is pressure will start to escape these barrels and it will become more and more sketchy to shoot the more you fire it. I'm not looking to have another 15-inch neck scar, and I'm genuinely curious to see what would happen if one of these had a catastrophic failure, because it is very, very large. Get out! And I know several of you right now are wondering, why don't you just fix it? Now, I'm going to be honest with you, it's not worth it. I found out that this 700 Nitro actually started its life as a 10 gauge and is not a true build 700 Nitro. A gunsmith turned this into a 700 Nitro Express. Therefore, it's not really worth the time, effort, or cash that it would take to get this thing running properly again. So when life gives you lemons, you make shrapnel. So today we are going to seize the opportunity and we're going to see what would happen if you had a catastrophic failure with a double barrel 700 Nitro Express. Normal operating pressures for a 700 Nitro Express are around 40 to 50,000 PSI. Today we are going to attempt to charge both barrels at the same time at over 150,000 PSI each. But before we do that, I want to show you what this rifle is doing and why it's so sketchy at this point. I have two standard load 700 Nitro rounds. We're going to fire them with the slow-mo on the gun so that you can see the gases escaping and what that looks like. But before we get started, let me tell you about today's sponsor, War Thunder. War Thunder is the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made, and you can get it now for free on PC consoles and mobile devices. Take command of over 2,500 tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships of 10 major nations, ranging from biplanes, account. This is only available for a limited time, so be quick. Again, a big thank you to War Thunder for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to it. All right, well, first let's get this thing loaded up with a standard round. I'm gonna go left barrel with a 700 Nitro 1,000 grain round. Left barrel. So that's gonna be the orange string. Save you off. All right, here we go. Hopefully we don't knock all the cinder blocks off the table. That was loud. It stayed in the lead sled, just kind of took the lead sled with it. Well, after reviewing the slow-mo footage, you could see that the left barrel had gases escaping from it, which is a sign of it being off face. Now, well, I'm keeping that. That 700 nitro brass is really hard to find. Now let's test the right barrel and see if it does the same thing. Okie dokie, right barrel, here we go. Golly. Good thing we are doing what we're doing with this thing today, because it just got scuffed on that cinder block. If we weren't testing this thing to catastrophic failure today, that would probably make me vomit. Looked at the slow-mo footage and you can see gases escaping from that right barrel as well. You just can't see it as good because it's on the other side of the slow-mo. Other than that evidence that we have on the slow-mo, I actually also had a professional look this gun over and tell me that it's coming off face. So now that you can see what I'm talking about, it's time to put this thing to the ultimate test. Today I want to try to get both barrels to go off at the same time, but I only have one shot at that. So we're going to do 1 or 2 practice pulls. I have some 700 nitro cases that only have primers in them, no gunpowder, no bullets. I'm going to load these into the gun, and then I'm going to practice pulling both triggers at the same time and see if we can get them to go off at once. So I have the truck in position. I don't have everything set up over there. I would have a few more cinder blocks and some Lexan or plexiglass on top, but I just need to know if I can pull both triggers at the same time. So I'm gonna put tension on both of these, and I guess the goal would just be to pull them really hard. Okay, so both went off, but you can tell there was a little bit of variation. Let's check it out. I'm pretty sure they both went off. Yep. We have 2 punched primers. Not good to open up. There we go. Yep, both of them went off. But I'm not satisfied. I'm gonna do it one more time. I've got 2 more primed cases. And actually, I want to point out, these are really cool. It says Kentucky Ballistics 700 Nitro. Okay, I think that's good and tight. And then I would step over here and I would just, I don't know. Did they both go off? I think they did. Hold on, let's see. You don't want to open. It's weird. So they both didn't go off.
Why am I so big? What?
That was a fail.
I'm not
so
that
now I'm
much
nervous
bigger.
because we had 1 set, both went off at the same time. Second, only 1. I guess we're just gonna have to go for it though. I mean, it is what it is. So now it's time to get set up for one of the largest catastrophic failures that's ever happened on this channel, minus April 9th, 2021. We have our cinder block set up. I have a ballistic dummy lab zombie bus, which I'm gonna set next to this rifle. Then I'm gonna have some plexiglass that will lay over top of this, and that should help to contain all of this experiment. Now we're gonna be loaded up with these bad boys right here. Normal operating pressures for 700 nitro are around 40 to 50,000 PSI. Both of these will be producing over 150,000 PSI for a combined total of over 300,000 PSI. Those are some spicy meatballs! Now I actually have to load these things. That's fun, right? Okay, we are cracked open. Here we go. 1 boom. 2 boom. My neck is itching right now. Ha 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 ha. I gotta go pee. Okay, we have this thing loaded up. The safety is on. We have our strings attached. It's bungeed to the lead sled. We have our cinder block wall set up.
It is
plexiglass
catastrophic
on top,
failure.
And hide behind the truck. The last thing we gotta do is take off the safety. All right, here we go. That had like a double click to it. I didn't like that. Okay, okay, here we go. We only got 1 shot at this. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, we are tight. We're tight. We're tight. I'm gonna pull this really hard. Here we go. Whoa!
Whoa!
Whoa! Whoa!
I think I saw cinder block break.
Here we go. Whoa! Whoa!
Well, she definitely broke. Slight malfunction, my ass. Task failed successfully. Successful broken. Yeah? The dummy's still alive. Probably won't be feeling that great though. Slight flesh wound, minor damage. Yeah, I'm thinking at least concussed, I'm thinking.
I have to say, that was one of the most catastrophic failures I've ever seen, other than the one I saw up close in 2021. Let's look at the biggest part of the gun first. Trigger and everything. This is, oh dear. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna cut it free. That is insane. So, I don't believe both barrels went off at the same time. Actually, I'm almost 100% sure I saw
change socks and drink some
one
water.
of the rounds still out here. Yeah, right here.
I don't know. I don't think changing socks is gonna fix
no
that.
light primer strike, no nothing. We just managed to not pull both triggers at the same time, which is unfortunate, but that was pretty wild for just one barrel. And I'm pretty sure if both barrels would have went, that it would have probably taken out the slow-mo camera. So I'm actually kind of thankful for that. But this is interesting. This little line right here is where the barrel's attached from being sleeved, and it snapped right there on that second barrel from the detonation of the right barrel. And that is pretty gnarly. Broke this, broke our actual stock, huge crack going through it. It was an extreme amount of pressure that pulsed through this thing. That's all crooked.
Rings.
That is wild.
No, I'm gonna forever. I'm
Now
gonna for
let's
the
find
next person who says they have tinnitus to freedom
Here
rings.
is the left barrel. And man, that's, look at that. It's like glue or epoxy or something that was in between those barrels. Shredded this thing, still broke off. That is crazy. I mean, that is wild. And really, technically, that barrel is still good. I could use it for something. Mr. Zombie, let's take a look at him. I know he got whacked. Oh, his neck is kind of wiggly, but he looks decent. You can definitely tell he got smacked in the face pretty hard with that 700 nitro shrapnel. We're missing another barrel though. There's a piece of the fore end. Look at that. Just shredded it. Oh, there's a piece. Right there. Oh, that's cool. It's like got the markings and whatnot. Yeah, let's see what we got over here. There's a barrel. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Like something out of Looney Tunes. Just absolutely shredded that thing. That is crazy. Holy cow. Almost ripped it all the way off. That is impressive. That was a lot of force. Oh, I think we have a piece of brass. Oh, it says boom on it. That is wild. I cannot believe we found that. What else is out here? Here's some more wood.
Yeah, I can't really blame him though for not wanting to get it fixed to find out it was converted into one
and
and
here
was
on the
not
table,
native.
Golly, these cinder blocks got destroyed. And so did our plexiglass. But that plexiglass did a really good job of keeping things from flying upwards, even though some still did. We've got more wood on the table, more pieces of the gun, more brass, I think. Actually, I don't know if that's brass or not. That may be from the gun. Not really sure. More of that epoxy looking stuff that was in between the barrels. Man, we've been looking for this piece for a little while. I think this is, yeah, this is the top rib. I guess your sight is on there. There's my front sight. And this flew about 20 yards away from the original test site, which that's pretty wild. Oh, those aren't very very good quality. Okay, well, we have most of our 700 nitro back, and I thought I would give you a closer look at it. We have some spare pieces. I'm not really sure where these go. I think that, actually, I believe that goes around the barrel. But this right barrel, completely shredded. I mean, just absolutely shredded. Our fore end, pretty much completely shredded. This is the top rib, and that had our front side on it. I still don't know where our rear side is. And then this is pretty interesting. For one, this whole section is cracked, which is insane. So this is actually really interesting. This thing was rebarreled and sleeved. I guess that's what they call it. I assume this is the sleeve. It's pretty thin, and the barrel went down inside that, and it snapped right along this edge is where it snapped. So I'm gonna say that if you had a 700 nitro and you had a catastrophic failure with it, it's gonna be pretty devastating. You're most likely gonna be missing some appendages and your face is gonna look a little weird. And you would most definitely need a new 700 nitro, unless you know what you're doing with this kind of a thing, which I don't. But I would if I got my start in firearms technology at Sonoran Desert Institute. And if you wanna check them out, there's a link in the description down below. But I don't, so I definitely need a new 700 nitro. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Darn it! I would say that that was a pretty successful test today. The only problem is our zombie bust is still intact, but that's okay because I brought my handy dandy
Why is it so long?
500 Smith & Wesson Magnum. But first, I want to give another big thank you to War Thunder for sponsoring
Why is
today's
the barrel
video.
so
Don't
long?
forget, you can play it right now for free on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and mobile devices using my links in the description down below or the pinned comment. New and returning players who have not played in the last 6 months will receive a massive bonus pack across PC and console.
I don't understand why it needs to be so long.
And other goodies. It's available for a limited time only, so be sure not to miss out. This guy's gonna miss out though. He's definitely gonna miss out. Here we go.
Make it longer. It doesn't need to be any longer though. It's already long enough. Look what the fuck it does. It doesn't need to be any fucking longer.
Oh, yeah, okay. I can say that now today's testing is concluded. Well, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought about today's experiment in the comment section down below. Also, be sure to give today's video a like and make sure you hit that subscribe button. That seems pretty good. Also, if you want to pick up a Kentucky Ballistic shirt, be sure and check out KentuckyBallistics.com. There's a link in the description down below. The Mercedes doesn't come equipped with a trailer hitch, so I'll make do. And as always, my name is Scott. Thank you so much for watching Kentucky Ballistics. I'll see you next time.
No matter how low do you get, your height will be 4'7", 3'4". Me. Can you decide how tall I am, please? Excellent way to destroy your engine and transmission. I mean, I don't think he's really that worried about that with how much he's done that. At least 12 inches, maybe 6. Oh, fuck you. Okay, I already did like the video. Yo, this is what I get for asking y'all to decide. This is what I get. This is what I get. I shouldn't. I knew better than to ask. I knew better. Yeah, I did it anyway. Yeah, you fucking giraffe. Who the fuck? Oh, fucking hell. Why do I do this to myself? No, keep it up. I'm gonna break out the fucking chibi. And ain't nobody wants to see that fucking see the fucking chibi model. Like nobody wants to see that shit. Vertically challenged. I mean, I am vertically challenged, but that's aside the point. Oh no, you're trying to be with the life-size model. Do I even... Is she even on this computer? I don't even fucking remember. No, Chibi is not set up on this computer. Fuck! I can't throw any with Chibi right now because it's not set up. Damn it. She brings our life-size macro on this. I mean... I wouldn't say that she's scary, she just doesn't look as nice. Is more what I'd say. She's a bit of an ankle biter. With sharp teeth. Do you write the piece of work? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Where's my other SSD? We're just gonna... I can't believe I'm fucking doing this. Copy, vtuber, paste. How do I do this without my mouse scroll not fucking working right? Try to... Okay. I'm gonna regret this. Shit, I'm not high enough. Fuck. Am I tall enough yet? No. Nice. Fuck you. Let me go a little higher. Like usual, not... Why don't you go fuck yourself? She's cute as you... I am not cute. I'm not cute. I am not cute. I am not. Oh, look, the little thing. Oh, where? They are non-existent. They are not real. They do not exist. Tell CPS there's a lost child out here. I mean... Fuck CPS. I mean, but okay, but would that cheap other than a good time? I got nothing for that. I got nothing. Faster, but I mean, I am lacking sleep right now, but that's beside the point, Octavius. That's beside the point. Why are you? Why? I mean, there are other reasons I don't really use this model that I'm not gonna get into. Octavius, I swear to fucking God. Nope, nope, I'm gonna behave, nope. You are, pending Darwin Award. Pen, big ass forehead. I mean, I'm pretty sure every single model I've had has had a big ass forehead. Sorry to disappoint you on that. That's nothing new. You're terrible. Big ass forehead, smooth ass brain. I can't even contest the smooth brain part because I am pretty fucking smooth brain. I can't deny that. I can't deny that even if I wanted to. I can't. Fucking asshole. Hey, what was I doing? I don't remember what I was doing. I tell you a joke, but it would go right over your head. Yeah, probably would. Considering my brain is not here right now. Where is it? Brain's still over my head. I hate it here. Sure, why not? Hey, Tactical, welcome on in. I'm trying to remember what the fuck I was doing. I can't remember right now. This is fucking bullshit. The keys do not work. If I do not hear the keys do not work. And the keys will not be redeemed because I do not trust you with that kind of power. The fuck are you doing? What was I doing? I don't remember. Oh, I already did that video. I already did that video. I already did that video. You can tell your joke though. You may. Just switch screens for a moment while I switch my other shit around. Start this video. Oh shit, straightened out. I don't think I really have anything else. Like, no, I still think I got to check Insta. The fuck? No, nope. I'm not checking Instagram right now. Absolutely not. Specifically because you told me to. No! It is not life or death. They'll just multiply if you don't open Insta. I mean, that sounds like a you problem. I'm not gonna lie. Could be a me problem pretty soon. Listen. It's what? 7:30? So, whatever is going on over there is between whoever is sending me messages and whatever they believe in. That's between them. Okay? Okay? That's not my problem. It's not my problem. It's my friend's had a girlfriend. I really do see his girlfriend. Oh my. I'm not reading the rest of that out loud. It's 6 seconds. Oh my. You are terrible. You're lucky it's you because I would not otherwise. It's on YouTube. Not Alright, let me open Instagram on this page. What did you do? What did you say? Let me mute this so nothing doesn't come through. You motherfucker! Politely. Go eat a dick. I fucking knew it was going fucking keys jingling. I fucking knew when I looked anyway. I am not grouchy. Actually, that was really unconvincing, even for me. No. I can't miss a nap if it doesn't exist. Someone's a crunchy mom. Just gonna that needs a nap. I do not need a nap! I'm just caffeine deprived. That no is not convincing. Why are you jumping platforms? Y'all are terrible. I am nothing. That's exactly what it is. Or you know what? You know what? I should stop while I'm ahead. Advanced help with the caffeine issue. Well, right, I have coffee though. Like, I have coffee. I have a Monster. I have like a quarter gallon of water. It's just, I think it's more of a case that, there's a score system on YouTube. Maybe? Yeah, there is. So I think it's more of a case that, it's at its limit. I'm just reaching my own limit because I've been, like, I've been having a lot of caffeine today to get through today because I really haven't gotten much sleep. And if I was responsible, I would have just been like, yeah, I'm not gonna stream today. I'm just gonna go to bed, take a nap, and then just drink more. And then what? I mean, yes, you're supposed to train till failure, but I think training your heart till failure does not end as well. All things considered. It is not like your arms or your legs. So bedtime's imminent. I wouldn't say bedtime. It's going to be a, no, if anything, it's going to be me, probably getting off here soon, making dinner, and then knowing my dumb luck, I'm gonna get a second wind, and then I'm gonna have nothing to fucking do for like a few hours. But yeah, this is so yeah. At least the end of stream is imminent, though. Yes, it is. I'm just trying to find me some raid targets. You personally trained your heart to failure till 170. For some reason, I think you're full of shit. Let's see. Who's live? They can raid. But tomorrow will be more Helldivers. What was that? Yeah, I'll probably shout in the Discord if I feel like there's gonna be a second wind. But yeah, I would definitely be down to do some, like, if the second one happens, I'd be down to do some, like, Ready or Not or something, for sure. But, let's see, who's live that I can raid? I got some. Pressed Octavius for that role. I'll read them. I'll read just bring Meowsa. Fuck it. Anyways, there will be Helldivers 2 tomorrow. I'm probably at the latest, probably 4:30 will probably be when it starts. Outside that, all y'all take care of yourselves, stay hydrated, do all things, don't do anything I would do, and I will catch y'all later. Bye! I don't have enough to raid on Kickstarter.